It's just a hard bit to open a show on is all.
I mean, I guess if you're
What bit is that? The world will never know.
That's right. Hello, boys. Hello, girls, and hello, non-binary folks. Welcome back to the judgiest place on the internet. My name's Josh.
My name. No, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine.
My name's Interrupting Cow.
My name's Rick.
And we are the Judgies.
Judgies.
Back and post-election doomerism than ever. That's right, folks. This is the first time we're recording post-election.
Is it really?
It is.
That's
Because
wild.
we went on a little trip the week of the election. So we did a mini bulk, just a 1 week bulk.
Quick cycle.
So we went on a weekend trip up to beautiful, beautiful Michigan.
It was gorgeous.
You have to
South
just
Haven.
take one little scooch towards me.
Towards you after you just interrupted me?
Oh, this is Ricky, and I'm Christian, and we're the Judgies.
How are we doing?
Sorry, that felt very like Disney Channel-esque. You know what I mean? So go ahead.
I did recently watch White Chicks.
For the first
Really?
time?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I think I've only seen it one time, and it's the year it came out.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost one of those
It's a
like
fun one.
Aurora. I don't think had ever seen it, and it was like, how did this age? And I mean, the prosthetics are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes are just so.
They were
piercing.
then.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
weren't they? That wasn't like kind of part of the joke, is that it was terrifying.
I don't know, but I ended up watching it, watching it twice. Both when you fuckers walked in.
You piece of shit.
Oh,
I actually didn't even make it through the one time. I got like 3/4 of the way. It's not a long in terms of length, but it's long in terms
It's hard
of
to digest.
It's a watch.
hard
It's a
to
very
digest.
slow paced film for being under 2 hours.
It's a thick movie.
It's a thick movie to get through, Erica.
I'll take that. I like that movie.
When's the last time you seen it?
2006.
No, I was in college.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was babysitting.
It would be I feel like it's one of those movies that I don't think it was anything was like offensive in it or anything that I remembered when I was rewatching it. But it was just like, that's a put on the background movie. I don't need to sit and watch this thing.
This
in
is a TNT
2024.
movie.
Yes.
I think I was watching like a 13-year-old and like a 10-year-old. And I was like, oh, you guys ever seen White Chicks? And they were like, no. I'm like, let me like culture you. And then like there's the dildo scene that comes up. And I was like, I fucking forgot this was in here. And I had to fast forward through it. And I was like, close your eyes, kids.
In case everybody was wondering, this is also the week of AR5 is back. That's right. I put the shirt back on. For you all, the week that the episode aired where I'm wearing this because I'm pissed because the Colts benched Anthony Richardson, that came out a day before or 2 days before they announced that he was playing again. But we recorded that much in the past.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny how time works.
Crazy.
Time does work kind of crazy.
And now he's starting again. And maybe by the time this comes out, he's not playing again. Who fucking knows with
Who
the
knows?
fucking Colts? Here we are, though. We don't just talk about that on this podcast. Erica, you have anything to talk about on this podcast?
I have to have shoulder surgery.
You do have to have shoulder, which I will say at the top here, I wanted to have a note on Patreon. We were supposed to have you tackle me
Oh, shit.
when we hit 3,000 patrons, but you have an AC joint, not AC joint. You have a
long
I
head.
have a slap tear.
slap tear. So tackling, probably not the best idea
Probably not.
because
Guess
I
I have to do it.
I'm not an easy tackle.
Can I just slap you?
And tear me?
No, that's probably going to injure my shoulder too.
Are you a non-dominant slapper? You're a non-dominant kicker. You want to kick me?
No, I don't want to kick you.
Thank
I don't want
God.
to hurt you.
Holy shit! That was
a gamble.
She could have said yes, folks.
And we all
I
know
don't want
Josh
to
is a man
slap
of
you
his
either.
words.
That was like
Say yes to aggression.
no. I don't want to. I don't want to hurt you.
But with patron members, somebody tweeted at us, which also Twitter is #overparty. I did get banned off Twitter, and I'm now on Blue Sky. But
You got banned?
I got 12-hour banned. But now he's got fucking
It's too
Grok scraping all our data. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Anywho,
The football players working
You
for
wish.
X?
Baby
You
Grok.
fucking wish.
rizzed up AI done. Yeah. No. Anyway, If you are a member of our Patreon and you get charged and you don't have the money to do it, just email us. We can immediately refund you. We've done it before. There's no shame in it. I totally understand. And the person who tweeted at us, I didn't take it in a bad way. I was just replying and saying, you can just email us if you don't have the money. Also, if you wanted, this goes for any Patreon. You can sub, download everything, and then immediately make it so you don't resub, and you have the full access to everything. Anywho, we don't just talk about that. Erica, what else do we do on this podcast?
We'll read mail.
That's right. And P.O. Box 58, Ottawa, Illinois, 61350. Address it to whoever you'd like.
Dear Judgies, you don't have to read on the pod. Say my name. Hi, this is Chaz. Chaz? Chaz.
Hey, Chaz.
She, her. Some months ago, I submitted some handwritten Reddit stories, which Josh said he pre-read and would read on the bonus episode, but he never did.
Ooh.
By the time I realized they were never going to be read, too much time had passed, so I wasn't going to say anything for fear of sounding like a piss baby / derogatory. Well, here I am, sounding like one anyway. I am saddened by that my stories did not make it, and I assume they were thrown away because you got a lot of mail. Anyway, keep being awesome. Love, Chaz.
I will say they are lost. I will not say that they were thrown away because we do keep all of the personalized mail.
They are in a box, but it's in an organized box.
No, we're organized. It's all in that in that binder
shit.
folder thingy over there.
Oh, well, if it's organized, then go fucking find it.
Well, it's organized in the sense that it's all in there, but you still have to go find it.
Sure.
Yeah, but anything that you handwrite, wedding invites, sorry, straight in the garbage. Unless there's a note on it. Aurora kept all the notes. I wanted to throw away everything. And she's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
And by throw away, I mean burn and ruin our carbon emissions. But we don't just destroy the environment on this podcast.
What else do we do on this?
We also podcast on this podcast. Are you ready, Erica?
I don't know. Are you ready?
I'm ready. And
I can't believe you right now. This is fucking insane.
What's insane?
Are we trying to position ourselves as the new cool leftist podcast to get people on the left?
We're the Joe Rogan of the left?
Yeah, we're the Joe Rogan of the left.
We'd have to get, unfortunately, a lot more political if we want to.
I have never been a political person a day in my life,
Never.
but Joshua, I have been sitting here for how long have we been?
You got new glasses. I literally noticed it before because I was like, I didn't think Erica had clear frames like me, but when you were looking forward, I saw the edge and they look very cool.
Thank you. That's
like
what I was getting at.
Sparkly glitter glasses
They
with
do
gold
have-
frames.
Are they gold? They're not gold.
Yeah,
Are they?
Gold ear frames.
Oh, gotcha.
Arms of the glasses.
Yes.
I would call them legs, but arms makes more sense.
Well, you just know about legs being wrapped around a face.
That literally, I was just about to say that.
Okay.
I'm down to call them legs since they're
Editor?
wrapped around my face.
Cut.
I'm down to call them legs, Christian, since they're wrapped around my face.
I was literally about to say that.
Crazy. Editor, cut this.
I do love your glasses.
Thank you.
Christian?
I have nothing left to say except that editor, don't fuck me over. Make me look like the cool guy.
Who's editing this episode?
Christian.
He's playing the long game, folks.
Speaking of the long game, we also go online. We long into our Reddit accounts and we go online and we podcast and we find silly little stories. And sometimes I do that. And sometimes Ryan does that. Think you guys might like this. Sounds like a real Josh story sent to our judgiespod@gmail.com. Thanks. Please don't say my name. Fuck, editor.
I got it.
Thank you. Ryan. Hugs and pisses. This is from r/confession.
It's not a whoop.
Confession to make.
I put itching powder in my roommate's fleshlight.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why was itching powder invented?
What's
What's the practical application of itching powder?
Pranking your homies.
Is it intentioned to be mal?
I think.
It's just a 150-year-old prank that they've never stopped producing. We made too much itching powder on the first batch, and we just can't get rid of this shit.
I mean, it's definitely going to be a thing where it's like they meant to make this, and they found out it made you itchy.
It's probably like Procter and Gamble made it to people to stop masturbating during the World War.
That's actually a really good guess.
Unfortunately.
Oh, is it really bad?
Yeah.
Is there...
It was originally used as a psychological weapon during World War II to demoralize enemy soldiers.
Editor, put in wah, 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 wah.
I mean, I guess if you're demoralizing Nazis, that's like one group that it's like you feel a little less bad about.
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess.
World War II is the one war where we're like, we were the outright good guys.
Yeah, we didn't do anything wrong.
We didn't.
Everything we
nuke-
did overseas was cool, and don't even think about what we did here.
Didn't nuke an entire population of civilians in Japan. That was a whole other country.
We look towards the east. Quit looking what happened in the west.
Well, global what?
Depends on how
Our
far you
west.
go.
Yeah, which side of the Mississippi?
Yeah, it really depends on what direction you're facing. Huh?
My roommate was addicted to his fleshlight and would put it in the dishwasher.
That's fucked up.
Are they dishwasher safe?
They have to be. I think all sex toys are dishwasher safe.
There was a whole Broad City episode where it was not dishwasher safe and it melted.
Huh.
Did she top rack it?
I don't know.
I tried to
I don't
talk to him
remember.
about it many times. Nothing worked. So I took matters into my own hands. And
It's clean. It's in the dishwasher.
yeah.
You want me to put something with cum on it in our dishwasher? And be
No,
like, it's
absolutely
cool."
not.
Wait,
Okay.
you're coming inside of the fleshlight? I pull out.
As
That's
a gentleman
respectful
would.
of you.
If you were a true gentleman, you'd wear a condom.
My fleshlight likes getting it on its back. Is all. It's just something that it enjoys.
Yeah.
I mean, who
Okay.
doesn't?
What the?
Took matters into my own hands and it gave him an infection. He had to get circumcised and thinks it's because of the dishwasher soap or some shit.
Ball infection, Steve.
We got one up the ball infection, Steve. I
So
don't.
the itching powder gave him an infection, and they had to remove his foreskin.
Yeah.
Wait.
He had to get an adult.
That just happened?
Yeah.
Did I miss did I go through it?
Took matters in my own hands and it gave him an infection. He had to get circumcised and thinks it's because of the dishwasher soap or salt, I guess. I don't know why there's salt in your dishwasher.
I mean,
That was
there's,
the second
there's
prank.
chlorine in all water.
Well, hey, if
Well.
I mean, silver lining, you can go to heaven now, I think.
Why?
Right? I think you have to be circumcised to get into that place.
Sure, yeah, I guess, depending on their religion.
Yeah.
Let me address some of the major points and questions here, because I assume we have a lot.
I do got a lot.
We live in a small flat with one bedroom. Thank God.
A flat.
I was really curious.
British.
British.
You're saying thank God that the guy's addicted to his fleshlight and they share one bedroom?
No, I was going to say thank God. I was really wondering about their living arrangements.
Okay.
But I guess that is important, because one bedroom is crazy to share
Yeah.
with a non-romantic roommate.
Yeah.
I never use the dishwasher. Crazy that there's one bedroom and you have the dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a luxury one bedroom.
I don't have a dishwasher. I have 4 bedrooms.
Poor.
I have 4 bedrooms.
Okay, so you should have 4 dishwashers.
Technically 3, because one of them doesn't have a closet.
Poor.
No! I never used the dishwasher. He turned it inside out when he put it in. In the beginning, he would leave it to soak in the bathroom sink.
Ew.
I protested vehemently, as some have suspected here. I couldn't afford to move. He would leave it on or beside his bed after use. So I had this thing in my sight every time I was in our room. He'd use it while he thought I was sleeping, too.
Ugh.
Oh.
Ugh.
He had poor hygiene to begin with. Messy.
Of course.
Messy fella.
I forgot they're British.
He was coddled at home and his mom cleaned up after him. He'd come in it and just go to sleep without cleaning himself.
Oh.
We shared an internet package which would be depleted before the month ended because of his porn addiction. I tolerated this for about 4 months because my conflict avoiding ass just couldn't be aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Throwing it away would have made things worse for me. As far as he's concerned, it was all his own doing. But the shameless slopping in the middle of the night was unbearable. He even
Oh God, this is
took it with him
awful.
when he went home some weekends. And I'm sure that he didn't wash it until he came back to the flat because he probably wouldn't have been able to hide a cleaning session from his folks.
Hold up. The slop chop? It's a fleshlight that just has the slap chop function on it and it frickin' thrusts it for you?
Okay.
Oh, it thrusts
Yeah.
it for you? Oh, I was thinking it would chop your dick.
No.
What?
That's what a slap chop does, is chop stuff.
Yeah.
You slap it and it chops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're talking about a slop chop.
Yeah.
I guess the chop is still in there. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, no, you're still doing a chop action.
Oh, we're doing a chopping and it's slopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking you're getting slopped and also chopped.
Okay.
Well, he did get chopped.
Did get chopped, unfortunately. There's a circumcision involved. An adult circumcision did occur. Took about 2 weeks for his dick to get bad enough that he went to the doctor. But
Was he continuing to use it?
That's a great question.
Okay, go on.
This is like that episode of Blue Mountain State when everybody got herpes from Thad's pocket pussy.
Ew.
But even after the itchy first use, I noticed he was going to the bathroom a lot. He still used it a couple times, which was what made it even worse.
Yeah.
He suspected that I might have used it and given him an STD through it because he wasn't sleeping with anyone.
Did you fuck my pocket pussy?
You've seen Blue Mountain State.
I've seen that one episode.
That's crazy. I wasn't. He thought I had given him an STD because he wasn't sleeping with anyone. I wasn't either, but he had to ask. I guess they would know. He moved out at the end of the semester, and I saw him on campus occasionally.
This makes a lot more sense. Crazy that they have a dishwasher in a college campus or dorm.
Well, I didn't say dorm though. It is a flat.
Didn't we have one in the Wallen Grand apartment?
Yeah, but that was like apartment style. That was like 4 bedrooms, and
That's what a flat is.
you said it was a 1-bedroom.
Flat.
Flat.
A flat is an apartment in England
They live.
Okay.
or the United Kingdom, whichever you'd prefer. Europe somewhere, probably. Wherever the sun doesn't set.
No, they exited the Europe. That was a whole
The sun
thing.
sets now.
Oh.
Our parents met at church, and his mom is a devout Christian. Telling her crossed my mind, but that's a bitch move. She basically administrated all his affairs, which is how she found out. I wasn't there when the handover took place, but I knew she threw it away. She made him see a psychologist, and he had to go home every weekend.
She was a devout Christian, but he wasn't circumcised? Fishy.
They're British.
Fishy. It's still part of the Catholic religion. Or Christian religion.
Is it?
I thought it was a Jewish thing.
It's a Jewish thing.
No.
It's just an American and Jewish thing.
But it's
Muslim.
American because we're such a Christian country.
Mm.
It's a Christian thing. It's in the Old Testament.
I guess you would know. You went to
Okay. I believe you.
to
I mean, you are a
more
Christian.
schooling. Yeah. That's fair. We're all circed up on this pod. We can all.
We're circed.
Erica,
I am not.
You're not. Thank God. But you not support. Really, I don't support any circumcision.
True.
But especially female circumcision. The itching powder was from one of those party stores where you buy outfits and gags, etc. And it was more like cotton wool than powder, but still called powder. Anyway, fuck you, Chris. Oh, what a crazy story. Thank you.
That was nuts.
Whoever sent it in. I can't say your freaking name because you're a freaking...
It was Ryan.
It was Ryan. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. What a great start to the episode.
It was a good start.
What a just wacky little guy story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What really a wanky little guy story.
Ew.
Isn't it fucked up how British people say they're having a wank?
What would you prefer, a tug?
No, I'm
A
A
Dork
pole,
sesh?
really.
jacking off. Yeah,
I feel like
I'm J and O over there.
J-No's, that's nice and subtle. I think I'd rather, if somebody,
Cranking it.
if I like accidentally for some fucked up reason called you,
Yeah.
and like I could hear like I could hear in the tone of your voice that like something's going on. I'm like,
A little bit higher pitch.
did I wake you up? You're like, no, I didn't. You didn't wake me up. I'm actually just jacking off. I'd be like, ooh, I prefer you just tell me you're having a wank.
Well, because it's a bit for us. If I'm like, oh, I'm having a wank in it, you'd be like, okay, you're breaking the tension with comedy.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Thoughts, Eric, on that? What's your preferred term for cranking the hog?
Male or female?
Oh, let's get one of each.
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of like the whole like choking the chicken thing. Like anything that adds like more of a euphemism to it, I don't like, or more of a
Punching the
metaphor.
clown or whatever.
Ew.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
The only two I can think of specifically for like vaginal play is like DJing and flicking the bean.
I specifically don't like the term flicking the bean because like
we're
you
from
don't
Chicago.
you don't flick.
Yeah. And we also don't talk
That
about
would
the
be
penis,
painful.
This is an educational podcast, folks, because let me open up my notes app real quick. But
Stop.
and you said don't
flicking.
flick.
Do not flick.
Okay.
Unless she's into that.
Unless
To that person with a clitoris is into that.
and what if I'm watching the movie Flicka? Then can I?
Isn't that movie about a horse?
It is.
Whoa, you guys both know this movie and it's a horse movie? I've never even heard of this movie.
It's an animated horse movie.
That makes it even more impressive that I've never heard of this movie.
I just was reminded of it because in the Airbnb we were staying at, it was on. Oh, it isn't animated. It's live action. I'm sorry. Tim McGraw, Maria Bello,
I see why I would never watch this
Allison
movie.
Lohman.
I'd rather die than watch this movie.
You never. It doesn't ring any bells. Flicka.
No, it doesn't.
It's a wonderful flick. Let's get back to the stories.
If I had to pick one, I'd say rub one out.
Rub
For
one
one
out.
off.
For both.
Sure, I'm rubbing one out. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like cranking. I like cranking the hog.
I do love a good crank sesh.
I love a good crank sesh. You can quote me on that. Hi, Judgies!
Hi.
My name is Autumn, not Fall, and I found this funny, crazy little story that I thought you'd enjoy.
Does it actually say not fall?
Of course not.
Yeah.
Their name is Fall, not Autumn.
Don't use my name.
Think of something different. Summer. Crazy how you can name your kid 3 out of the 4 seasons. Really, 3 out of the 5. But you can't name them fall or spring.
Spring is, yeah, that's a rough one.
But if you call someone winter, summer,
Winter, summer, both good names.
Autumn?
Autumn's good name.
really makes you think.
Hmm.
And what do they call them in Australia where it's all topsy-turvy?
Interesting.
Do you think they still call them? Do you think they call them spring and fall down there?
Did fall come before autumn or did autumn come before fall?
I
Chicken
think
egg
fall.
situation.
I think fall was instigated by Benjamin Franklin after he invented
Was
daylight savings.
It's big daylight savings.
Because everyone was like, "Yeah, we sprang forward." That's how they sounded.
And they
back then.
didn't have a term for spring before daylight savings.
And then and you fall backward, and they were like,
Yeah.
"I thought it was autumn backward," and you're like, "No."
I saw a TikTok that said that it wasn't actually like a British accent back then. It was more closely aligned to like a Southern drawl.
Yeah, like a Southern big time lawyer. That's like the closer analogous to what
Colonial English?
yeah. But we'll never know. That's the thing, is books didn't exist back then. I love listening to you guys while I work. It's something I look forward to every
You can't hear an accent in a book,
day.
Josh, you dumbass.
I'm also from the Carbondale area.
I'm rubbing my
Whoop,
Saluki shirt right now.
Strut it up.
And I'm
Strut,
doing the
strut.
I'm doing
strut,
the Saluki strut.
Why are you doing the gritty?
It was the Saluki strut before the gritty.
I can't believe you got sturdy with it on the pod. That's crazy. I love how you only have rhythm when you're doing the Saluki strut. It's very proud of your alma mater there.
Yeah.
School spirit.
I'm an alum till I die. Saluki, SIU, don't even fucking dare call me asking me for a fucking penny. I remember when you canceled our live show, you pieces of shit.
Every time you guys talk about Carbondale SIU, it makes me feel like I have a little piece of home with me always, because now I live in Michigan. 5 years ago, I moved there. I skipped that line because I didn't think it'd come back up. Ricky, you're my favorite. I've even started booing my friends, too.
Yes, boo them. Boo everyone.
Josh and Christian, you make me laugh so hard while I work. People look at me like I'm crazy. Keep doing what you're doing because I appreciate everything you guys do. You don't know how much you guys help me with my depression. I'll always be grateful. Enjoy. This is from r/am I the asshole here? AITIH.
Woot.
No. Yes. Sorry. Premature. No. My wife is threatening me. My wife is threatening to leave me over my ex calling me my little sausage.
Oh.
How would you feel if your partner at one point or another called you my little sausage?
How did I feel, or how would I theoretically?
Would you theoretically, of course.
Pretty good about myself, actually.
If she called you a little sausage?
Yeah, I would feel skinny.
Do I?
Oh.
Yeah.
Because it's a little sausage.
That's a little sausage. It's not a thing.
She's not calling me a freaking bratwurst.
It's not a short sausage. I'm not a little smoky.
That's really, I think it really depends on it's like, Ooh, are you making fun of my penis, or are you making fun of me for being a little on the heavier side?
Oh, okay. Okay.
What did you think?
A cock. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was getting
Yeah.
at.
Huh.
But it's sort of like when you see somebody driving a shitty car, you're like, that dude's got a fat cock. If you are known as small cock boy, aka little sausage, you know you're packing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
It's like opposite. It's like opposite rules.
opposite day. Okay.
If someone drives a big old lifted truck, you're like, oh, small penis.
Tiny penis.
Check
yeah.
that guy's big dick out.
The bigger the truck nuts, the
Slash
smaller
S.
his fuck nuts are.
Yeah.
I thought it was lug nuts.
What about lug nuts? Mine are so big, I'm lugging them around.
That's what I mean.
That's how shitty my car is. Any other cues?
You just got a new car.
Shut up. Now people are going to think I'm rich.
Rich.
No!
Rich.
I did get a new car. Because
Rich.
Aurora's-
You're a bitch.
No!
Oh, that rocked.
That was just a
Off the top of your head?
no. It
Oh,
was a rip from Practical Magic.
you could have just said it. Everybody would have believed you.
They say, which, you're a bitch.
Well,
But you said
rich.
rich.
I know.
So
You
it
did
was
a-
off the top of your head.
Yeah, you did a little.
I did a little goof and a gaff.
Okay. And that's worth at least a laugh.
It's 2.5 at minimum.
Would you call Christian your little sausage?
No,
The thing is, he's a big man.
he sure is.
Well, now that makes me think you have a small penis. Because
He
she said
sure doesn't.
he has opposite rules.
No, I do.
How small is his cock?
Put up your hands. I'll tell you when.
I'm going to do it to the camera. You'll have to guess.
Okay.
Should have stopped it a long time ago.
Keep going.
Oh my God.
Keep going.
This is threatening. This is a weapon. This isn't even a penis at this point. This is post cut?
Yeah. Keep going.
This is like the
Goes,
worst.
he tucks it into his sock.
Oh. This is like the worst Olive Garden experience. Where you're like, I swear this is enough cheese. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know where to start. Today, my wife, Kelly, female 27, and I, male 26, were at the mall looking for some new shoes for me. Didn't say the size of the shoe. Jamie from... What's up?
What does that have to do with anything?
Penis size. We would know if his sausage was little or nay.
Based on his shoe size?
Yeah.
I thought that was a myth.
It's not for me, brother.
Are we
Size.
talking like heel to toe?
No, you just take your shoe size and divide it by 2, and that's your cock. I just made that up. Fun fact, though, your foot is the same length as your wrist to your
I
middle
only
of your-
have 5.5 inches for me.
That's
That's pretty
very
good for a clit. I mean,
I was talking about
That's
my
the
wiener.
average, and people are lying about their size, so that's pretty good.
that's fair. Your foot is the same size as your forearm. Isn't that kind of nutty? What are you showing him a picture of a 5.5-inch cock?
No, I was just doing the math for him.
Oh, well, I know his shoe size.
What's your shoe size?
12. I got big feet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm not offended by being called little sausage.
Yeah. So I actually have a ginormous foot.
I wear a size 12. My foot is much too small for it. Anywho, we were in a Foot Locker, and I immediately noticed my ex, female 28, Jamie from high school, was working there. I tried not to acknowledge it and just browsed for shoes. I found a pair I liked, and Jamie came over and said, "Hey, OP, how have you been? Who's this?" So I obviously explained she's my wife, and we just catch up on how each other's lives are. After all that, she asked what size I needed so I could try the shoes on. She then says, "I'll be right on that, my little sausage," with a smile.
Whoa.
Ooh,
That's
that's
crazy.
so awkward.
I'll be right on. First off, I'm thrown off by the I'll be right on that.
Yeah.
That already is like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
I'll
Talking
be right
about your
on
dick
that.
there.
I'll be right on that little sausage has completely different context based on where you put the emphasis.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, Kelly, my wife, immediately said, "I'll see you in the car."
Yeah.
I didn't care about the shoes anymore, and I just followed her out. She shouted at me, "Why don't you just stay with Jamie, you little sausage?"
This is fucked up.
And I tried explaining to her that was just what she used to call me, and I didn't know why she thought it was okay to say that after all these years. Kelly thinks since I didn't immediately correct Jamie and make it clear she can't call me nicknames anymore, that I'm cheating with her. She is currently staying the night at her mother's, and she said she will contact a lawyer about divorce first thing in the morning.
Are you fucking kidding
So am
me?
I the asshole for not correcting Jamie?
Oh my god. No. I mean, a little bit, I guess, but it's like it's not that big. First off, this isn't of argument in a mall big enough, and this is definitely not divorce big enough.
Why are you guys looking at me?
We want your opinion.
My opinion?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have made fun of him immediately. As soon as she walked away, I'd be like, ew,
Yes.
see,
That is the correct response.
Yeah, that's the right response.
To be fair, I think if I was ever called Little Sausage, that trivia would be known about me.
Oh, for
I would
sure.
I would tell everybody. That's so funny.
I would also probably
Yeah.
make a slight at her because I'm insecure about myself and just be like, so this is the one that calls you little sausage? Oh, okay.
And then as you leave,
Or just like, yeah, that makes sense.
you can be like, all right, me and my large sausage are leaving now. You know what I mean? Like drop it on Jamie as you're leaving.
Me and my girthy sausage.
Me and my bratwurst. It's
Me
a
and-
bratwurst
Me
summer.
and my thick slice of meat.
Me and my cured ham.
Big old chunk. I was going to say ham. I was going to say big old chunk of ham.
See you on the other side of this. See you on the other side of this break. And welcome back on this side of the break, where boy, do we have a very, very long.
Tell me about that Circle Jerdge.
That sucks. You were fiddling with the soundboard, and I really freaking thought.
I
I just don't understand how you lost an audio.
We don't
clip.
know either.
know.
We don't know. But we
you go
lost
to the
it.
menu and it's just not on the list of sounds.
It's on my card.
I don't know.
Okay, so put it back on.
That means I have to get off of Josh's computer.
Oh, no.
Folks, a couple weeks ago, I asked you all to send us in who you would want to play us in a Judgies movie.
Oh, I don't know if my ego can handle this.
So we had a very good amount of responses. I'll say that. About 90, a little under 90 for each of us.
That's pretty good.
A little, and then some more for our guests. So who wants to go first? We have a ton, so I'm going to kind of try to go quickly. This will be kind of a longer Circle Jerdge.
Yeah, that's all right.
But this is, again, who would, based off of our fans sending these in with a little surprise at the end, who would play us in a movie? Who wants to go first? We got me, Christian, Erica, Aurora, and then miscellaneous / guests.
Let's do Josh first.
No! Okay. So I'm going to read it starting with from the people only sent this in once, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And you'll notice some themes as we go through. Somebody sent in who in the Muppet verse would play us.
Okay.
And there's other little bits. So the first one here is Rizzo the Rat, which is a Muppet.
That sucks.
This is for me.
I know.
Okay.
I
You just feel bad for me.
Yeah, I just
All right.
think highly.
I don't know who that is.
More highly of you.
He's a little rat Muppet.
If
Does
you
he
can
have a
imagine
mustache
the rat Muppet.
and glasses?
You will notice a theme on mine that it's mainly just short jokes or white dudes with mustaches.
Okay.
Zach
Actually, now that
Galifianakis.
I'm looking at him, that's pretty fucking accurate. Sorry.
That's fucked up. Well, everybody knows that you're either a rat or a frog. And I'm definitely a rat.
Yeah, you're right.
Zach Galifianakis, but with better eyebrows and lipstick on.
Okay.
A young Ronald Reagan. And they did just put because he's an actor, but I looked it up. I could see it.
Yeah.
And he's from Dixon, which isn't that far away from
Hey,
us.
Dick Skin.
Depends on which way you're going.
Right, and we go and piss on his grave
Wait,
every year.
He's from Dixon. Doesn't Princeton say like a home of Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, and he didn't grow up here either. I think he was just born here or something.
It's like the Ronald Reagan corridor or some
Yeah.
shit.
Isn't Lincoln also not really from Illinois?
He's from Kentucky.
Yeah.
But he lived here forever.
T.R. Knight, a.k.a. George O'Malley from Grey's Anatomy, which fucking pisses me off.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah,
I
that's
can-
what pisses me off
especially with
about
the
it.
hair right now, I can see it.
Steve Buscemi from, you might know him from 9/11. He was a firefighter.
I can see it in the fucked up eyes.
Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
From Holes, of course, famously.
Was
Shane
on
Top
one.
from Smosh, which this is my sleeper. I would love if Shane Top portrayed me in a
Yeah.
movie. Very, very funny. And honestly, not that far off. I'm as buff as him, canonically.
Same height, same buffness.
Sean Astin, who, if you don't know, is Lord of the Rings, Rudy, 50 First Dates, the short guy, is the joke.
Samwise Gamgee.
That's right. Ryan Gosling, but with glasses.
Okay, you're hot enough.
Nick Swardson, which sucks to hear, but it sucks to hear because I get it.
Yeah.
He's a comedian from The Benchwarmers, Grandma's Boy, Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star, but boy, is he ugly.
Never seen any of those.
He doesn't have much range. He plays the same character in pretty much everything. But
Nick Kroll, which I would love to be played by Nick Kroll. Meatloaf, specifically from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Mark Proksch, which is from the actor who plays the energy vampire in What We Do in the Shadows.
okay.
It's just kind of fucked up.
Colin Robinson?
Colin Robinson. Kit Harington, but with glasses. Which, hey, I'll take that. Kevin Hart, which is, he's from everything since 2009. And again, short joke. Joaquin Phoenix from, Her, Joker.
Whoa. Joaquin Phoenix could pull off a very good Josh. Like a deeply hurt, like kind of like an anti-hero of the podcast.
It would be really interesting to see Joaquin Phoenix get really into character and reports come out that he was terrorizing all of his friends with dog shit humor and accents.
He played thousands of hours of Diablo 2 to get into character.
Jesse Plemons from Breaking Bad, of course.
AKA
Meth
Jesse
Damon.
Plemons is
Yeah.
not in Breaking Bad,
Yes,
is
he
he?
is.
Yeah, he is.
That's where Meth Damon came from.
Yeah.
Is that where we started that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Meth
I
Damon.
thought it was just from
He's-
Friday Night Lights.
No,
He's also in Friday Night.
He's the one cousin that's...
Full eyes, full heart, can't lose. They're
James-
just naming every actor.
James Marsden.
These don't even look like you.
Jake McCarthy,
Who?
who is an outfielder for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And that one does kind of look like me, if we're being for real. Jake Gyllenhaal. And I do fear a lot of like the Jake Gyllenhaal one, I do think is somebody who thinks that I'm Christian. Because Christian looks more like Jake Gyllenhaal circa like 2012 than I do.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Now this one you're going to agree with, unfortunately. David Spade, but specifically the facial hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I did date somebody who had a huge crush on David Spade, so that kind of
Checks
tracks.
out.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay.
No. You-
I think we could.
I will say, you guys, mine was kind of a bad one to go off on because mine is probably the worst one in terms of like looks like.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of them don't even do vibes well. Like some of them on Aurora's and Erica's we'll see will be like just based on vibes, this character.
Okay.
But mine, they just named white guys that sometimes maybe potentially had facial hair at some point.
Facial hair, glasses.
Yeah, or glasses, right? And if they didn't have glasses, they say, but add glasses. But we'll get through these here pretty quickly. Ed Kemper, who is a serial killer.
Okay.
Oh,
fuck.
And
Yes.
unfortunately,
Yes.
Yeah.
but he's
But
just,
he's giant. He's like 6'5" or
I
6'7".
don't see how that's an issue.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, he's 6'3". Loves women.
Tall people are serial killers. I just heard. Interesting. 5'9", by the way. Mark Hamill from the 80s. That one's not bad. Here we're getting into the area here where it's starting to work better. Dylan Sprouse.
Okay.
Cole Sprouse.
I don't see that one.
We'll get to this later, but I do have a funny comment about that. Donald Glover. I would be honored.
That would be sick.
I would love a Donald Glover performance. David Cross, but specifically because of his humor, and that is a vibes-based one that I would totally love a David Cross portrayed. Movie.
Honestly, put him in a wig. It wouldn't be that far off.
And if you don't know David Cross, he's from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
You're not even gonna go with Arrested Development.
And he's the blue guy in Arrested Development. I do have bits here. I spent like 2 hours going through these and like putting like where they're from in each one, and I was just doing bits. I was like, yeah, we all know him from Alvin and the Chipmunks, the bad guy in that movie everybody hated. Charlie Hunnam.
Okay.
Honestly, I could see Charlie Hunnam.
Could you?
Yeah.
He's
I
from
could.
Sons of Anarchy. If you don't know, he's the main guy, Jax. Catfish in a plastic tube when I have short hair. I think it's the mustache on that one. Brendan Fraser around the Mummy, which that'd be cool. Andy Samberg, which when I was younger, I definitely looked a lot more like Andy Samberg than I do now.
Yeah.
And now here's all that was everybody that I had read so far had one person sent that in.
The
Now-
rest are multiples.
Now we're in the twos. So two people, at least two
Okay.
people said Robin Williams, but they said specifically when he's playing Teddy Roosevelt in Night at the Museum, which is just
Okay.
a mustache thing.
Okay.
And glasses. And glasses.
Mustache and vibes.
That's fair. And vibes. I am a bull moose. Pedro Pascal, but this is the first movie everybody hates him in.
That's
And he's
pretty
of course
funny.
from The Last of Us and Game of Thrones. Josh Gad.
I could, and unfortunately, I could see
Josh Gad would do a killer Josh, and he's of course from Pixels.
He would do a killer Josh, but I don't think he looks like you.
No, but he's short.
But he's got the right vibe for.
Yeah.
He does have the right vibe.
Matthew Morrison. I would be honored if
Yeah.
Matthew Morrison from Glee portrayed me. That one had 3. Seth Green also had 3. Now we're into the 4s.
Whoa.
Michael Cera, which
Easy.
Yeah.
I'm a spitting image of Michael Cera when I don't have a mustache on. Another 4 is Jonah Hill,
Okay.
which is kind of in the same, I feel like, ballpark as Josh Gad. But of course, we know Jonah Hill from Superbad and Being Canceled. And
Is that a movie or is that just the
no, just
thing
being
that's happening in real
canceled.
life?
Yeah,
Okay.
just being canceled. And the one that I think a lot of people resonated with was Nick Offerman,
Okay.
which again, I do fear is just the mustache.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But he is from Illinois.
he is.
Mhm.
So I'll take that. And now the extra ultimate surprise here is Aurora says she has the perfect ones for all of us.
She did have
So
pretty
ultimately,
good
all
ones.
those don't fucking matter. My favorite one is Shane Top out of all those. I think that's really great. But Aurora says Michael Cera. I mean, come on. It has to
Yeah.
be Michael Cera if we're talking about who's going to play me in a movie. Christian next. Here we go. We're going to speed through the ones. These are all ones. It says Adam Sandler. No explanation needed.
No, not even close.
Adam Scott. If you don't know, it's from Parks and
Yeah,
Rec.
I could see it.
Ashton Kutcher.
Okay.
In that 70s show and Pranked. Aziz Ansari specifically for the facial expressions.
Okay. Fuck.
Which
Yeah.
is really good. If you don't know, Aziz Ansari is from Parks and Rec as well. Bo Burnham, which Bo Burnham is like when Christian wears glasses.
Yeah.
It's really good when he wears glasses. Brad Pitt, Channing Tatum. Oh my God, is that Bo Burnham? What the
I'm
hell?
also depressed.
We got Brad Pitt, Channing Tatum, Christian Bale, of course, from Batman, Daniel Franzese, aka Damien from Mean Girls. And that,
Okay.
that was a vibes-based one as well, but I think that's really good.
That is a good one.
We got Fantastic Mr. Fox, I guess, the character.
Okay. Hey.
Not George Clooney, just
I
Fantastic
give off
Mr.
the
Fox.
vibe.
Fozzie Bear is your Muppet, which
Thank God.
a lot better than Rizzo the Rat.
Thank God. Here's the thing, Josh. I was really, if I didn't get Fozzie or the guy with the like long nose,
I don't
blue
know
hair,
Muppets.
long nose. Hold on.
Gizmo or something like that?
I was gonna cross the
Gonzo.
street. Gonzo.
You guys aren't big Muppet heads, right?
No.
I'm not a big Muppet head.
I do like. There's so many people our age that are big Muppet heads, and it's like, was this on TV? Did you guys have movies of this? Where is this deep Muppet lore coming from? It wasn't in the Midwest. I feel like.
It was entirely.
I think it was older than us.
No,
I remember Muppet Babies.
there's a lot of people our age that love Muppets. I just think for whatever reason, us three are the weirdos. Gerard Butler, of course, from 300. Idris Elba,
Yeah.
because he's a handsome
yeah.
boy and no one in Hollywood really looks like him. So I'm just picking a handsome man.
Nobody looks like me. I look like everybody. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like.
the issue. He's, of course, from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. He plays Knuckles. James Franco, but before I heard about the allegations. Jared Padalecki, who's, of course, from
Yes.
Supernatural.
I do
Yes.
look like
And
him.
that's my pick.
Who is he in Supernatural? What character?
Sam.
Okay. Jason Lee.
Sammy.
The Neanderthal looking one.
And Jason Lee is a sleeper great pick. He's the guy from My Name is Earl. And
Okay.
and also from Alvin and the Chipmunks, of course. But a sleeper good pick. And this is also a sleeper good pick if Christian wasn't so white. But Kevin Novak is Nandor in What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
were like
a little more
Middle Eastern,
ambiguous with
yeah, yeah. If you could play an Iranian vampire,
yeah.
you would kill
Nandor.
Kevin Novak would kill you in a role. Keanu Reeves, of course, young
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves. We only got one for that, which is kind of crazy.
That does surprise me.
Liam Neeson, but young, which of course from Star Wars.
I
and
My,
Lincoln.
do
my
think
dad kind of looks
Your
like
dad
Liam
does
Neeson.
look like Liam Neeson.
He really does. Like a cross between John Goodman and Liam Neeson.
Oh, we're going Muttley from Wacky Races on Boomerang, and specifically because of his laugh. I can't believe you know Muttley from Wacky Races on Boomerang.
Yeah, dog. I was watching that instead of the
I
Muppets.
downloaded the laugh because I was like, nobody's gonna know what Muttley fucking sounds
Let's
like.
just see how close I was.
I was like, what the fuck does this mean? And I was like, a couple of them I deleted because they were either rude or whatever. I was about to delete this one, and I listened to the laugh, and I was like, boy, did they nail it. Yeah.
I can't believe how close I was.
Yeah. So yeah, Muttley specifically because of his laugh. Sean Bean in his early 30s,
Okay.
which you don't know, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings.
I can see
Sebastian,
that one.
Unfortunately, if Sean Bean played me in a Judgies movie,
you would have to die.
he'd have to fucking die.
Unfortunately.
He'd have to die at some point.
Or does he die in everything?
Everything.
And that's the last for the ones. Here comes the twos, folks. Chris
I can be
Hemsworth, who you might know from Thor.
I also like that one.
Joe Manganiello from True Blood.
Okay. I'm not tall, dark, and handsome enough for that one.
You are.
Now here come the threes. Seth
I was just
Rogen,
fishing for your compliments.
you might know from Knocked Up. Matthew Lillard from the
No.
live action Scooby Doo. Yeah,
No.
this is high school Christian.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Never once have I thought
Early-
you looked like Matthew
early-
Lillard.
Vibes.
Early 2000 or early 20s Christian. Matthew Lillard could pull off.
Absolutely.
Mm.
For four people wrote in Chris Pratt. You might know from
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Unfortunate.
Also for Jeff Bridges, specifically from The Big Lebowski.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the biggest compliment I could get.
Mhm.
5 people wrote in Jason Momoa.
Okay.
And 8 people. So this one is straight up, other than the one that Aurora wrote in, this one is you. Jason Segel from Freaks and Geeks era,
Yeah.
2006 vibes.
When it came up on your list, I almost said that's who I would have picked as myself.
I do fear most of the people on my list were just, somebody put like Seth Rogen on yours, and they're like, I guess I'll pick the other Christian pick for Josh.
The runner-up Christian pick for Josh.
But Aurora, and she nailed this, chose Aaron Eckhart, who plays Two-Face in The Dark Knight. And there's specifically a picture that she has where he has like a beard and it's kind of like from behind.
Is it
But
from Aaron Brockovich?
Probably, yes. It looks so much like a Chad Christian that he would. And the unfortunate part with Aaron Eckhart is he no longer acts. And he self-admits that he cannot act because he can't control himself on set. And he's an asshole. And he like literally said, like, I wish I could not be an asshole on set. That's why he doesn't act anymore.
Interesting.
Erica's turn. Do you feel like you're primed and ready for it?
No, I'm pretty nervous.
We're going to start with the ones.
All right.
Young Michelle Pfeiffer. You might know from Grease 2. The Teddy Grahams honey mascot, which you might know from the snacks aisle. Sigourney Weaver from the Alien franchise.
Okay.
Shakira, you might know from music.
Okay.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, you might know from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Saoirse Ronan, Ladybird, Little Women.
Saoirse.
Reese Witherspoon from Legally Blonde. Reese without her spoon from Unlegally Brunette. And Eric, have you had to guess what Muppet?
Probably Miss Piggy.
It's Miss Piggy, but I
Yeah.
only think it's because there's
It's
2
vibes-based.
girl options, and I guess vibe based, but also Miss Piggy wears a blonde wig sometimes.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
sure.
Mary Elizabeth Ellis, who plays the waitress on Always Sunny.
I could see that one actually.
Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's definitely a vibes based one.
Vibes, sure.
Yeah. What's her character's name on Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Is it
Rosa?
Yeah.
Mm.
Brittany Murphy.
She
from-
kind of looks like your sister.
Yeah. It's the hair, really.
Yeah.
My sister dyed her hair black, yeah.
Brittany Murphy from, of course, Clueless and 8 Mile. Lily Reinhart from Riverdale. And yours is just a lot of blonde people, if I'm being for real. Caitlin Olsen from Always Sunny, which we always used to joke that we were kind of like the Always Sunny folks.
Yeah.
Because we would always just people would come over and hang out with us, and it would just be us screaming at each other.
Yeah, back
like
in the day
every episode of Always Sunny.
back in the day when we were drinkers, yeah, it really was just us becoming degenerates with different people around us being like, what's going on right now?
Julie Bowen from Modern Family and Happy Gilmore, I think is
Okay.
the mom in Modern Family. Jennifer Coolidge from American Pie and White Lotus. Jennifer Aniston, but not in a cringe way.
I used to think that.
Mhm.
Young Ricky,
I could see that for sure.
Young Ricky looked like young Jennifer Aniston.
Fargo era Kirsten Dunst, who you might know from Spider-Man. Not Fargo. Erica, Don't Mess with Perfection. You might know her from the Judgies.
Okay.
That was very cute.
Emma Stone, I don't see at all. Emily Blunt, I don't see at all. You might know from Quiet Place. Dakota Fanning in her early 30s, who you might know from Cat in the Hat, but that's not when she was in her early 30s. Christina Applegate from Married with Children. Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec.
Chris Pratt could play me.
Oh, yeah, somebody put Chris Pratt for all of us.
Okay.
Catherine O'Hara from Beetlejuice, Home Alone, Schitt's Creek. A young Catherine O'Hara is not bad. Ashley Tisdale. And I wanted to make this note. I do think we could just have the Sweet Life crew do our movie, and I would be Cole Sprouse. You would, unfortunately, you would be Dylan Sprouse, Christian, and you would be Ashley Tisdale, and Aurora would be Brenda Song. And I think it would work.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would work perfectly. And Jake would be Mr. Mosby, of course.
Yeah.
Which Sprouse brother is the cool one now?
Dylan. A million times Dylan.
And
that guy loves his wife.
And he used to not be the cool one, right?
He was just...
Who
on
was
the show,
the cool one in the show?
Dylan was the like slacker cool guy, and Cole was the nerdy loser.
Okay, but now Cole is more famous, right?
Well,
he's
on
on
Riverdale.
He's in Lisa Frankenstein.
But the other guy, just loves his wife and he just does like cosplay. He is cool.
He does
a lot of photography.
He does photography. I'm pretty sure he does like trading
Modeling.
cards. Like he does like Magic or some like one of those games, I think, and then just loves his wife.
Hey.
And Cole smokes fucking cigarettes on podcasts and tries to pontificate. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I can see why both of them are kind of cool in their own ways.
No, I fucking... We watched Lisa Frankenstein, Aurora and I did, and we actually saw it twice when you guys fucking walked in. But the entire time I was like, why does this have to be Cole Sprouse? Every time Cole Sprouse came on, it made me physically cringe. And it sucks. He's the guy. He's like one of the main characters.
Yeah.
He's the Frankenstein. Spoiler. Anywho, Ashley Johnson from... She was in Growing Pains as a kid.
She's a big voice actor. She's
one of the kind of looks like you, I guess.
Critical Role people.
I do have a face for voice
acting.
acting.
I didn't know that she was on Critical Role. What did you say?
Nothing.
You have a voice for what? Face acting? You have a voice for face acting?
Yeah, it's definitely what I said. Ah! She does kind of look like me.
Aphrodite herself.
Okay.
Greek mythology. Anna Kendrick from Pitch Perfect. Amy Adams from Enchanted, Hillbilly Elegy, Man of Steel. Never heard of it?
Hillbilly Elegy.
It's not the only time Hillbilly Elegy is going to pop up on this list.
Isn't that J.D. Vance's memoir?
Yup.
He made it into a movie?
Yeah, man. And Libs loved it. That was back when J.D. Vance was an anti-Trump guy.
I didn't know he even existed before this year.
He was like a super anti-Trump lib, like Democrat.
What?
Is he a sleeper cell?
No, he's a piece of shit.
Oh,
he's a merchant.
He used to be a
He's
Dem?
Peter Thiel's fucking blood boy.
Oh!
I don't know if he was actually a Dem, but libs fucking loved propping him up. That's why they made a movie and had like big name actors in it.
Did they fuck the couch in the movie?
I play the couch. Let's see here. Where was I at? Kobe Smulders, but blonde from How I Met Your Mother, of course. A young Meryl Streep. That's a twofer. These are all twos now. So two people said a young Meryl Streep. Blonde Mae Whitman, who is the voice actress for Katara, and she was also in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which, if you look up her character in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, she's got blonde hair and space buns.
She is also in a very good show called Parenthood, and she's also in Girls.
Catherine
Wait.
Hahn.
What's that? Good Girls. Sorry, Good Girls.
Catherine Hahn, specifically in Crossing Jordan, and also that's a pretty good one. She's also in Step Brothers and WandaVision, of course. ScarJo from Black Widow and Her. I think you look like ScarJo and Her.
Mm-mm.
Have you ever seen Her?
No.
That's a cerebral joke.
Yeah.
It's just her voice in Her. There's no ScarJo in it. She's an AI voice. Kate Hudson and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, specifically.
That's such a compliment.
3 people wrote in Aubrey Plaza, and I think that's a vibes-based one.
That's a vibes-based.
3 people also wrote in Margot Robbie.
No.
That's a looks-based one. You're fucking hot.
She is very hot, but I don't look like her.
4 people wrote in Florence Pugh.
Also a compliment.
4 people wrote in Emily Osment, which this is where we're getting pretty close in actual lookalikes. 5 people wrote in Kelly Clarkson. And 6 people, Erica, drum roll please, wrote in. This is the number 1 from the Silver Linings Playbook, Jennifer Lawrence.
That'd be my pick.
Jennifer Lawrence is a good one.
That would be my pick.
Now, was it Aurora's pick? Because Aurora's pick, which I do agree with and wholeheartedly, was Amanda Bynes, which
I could see it.
like Easy A era Amanda Bynes is a fucking dead ringer for Ricky. Let me tell you.
Oh wow, I can see it.
I like how you pick that one specifically, which is like giving so much attitude.
Okay, now Aurora. Why didn't it sort? Excuse me.
Yeah, dude,
I see it.
Amanda Bynes Easy A is dead on
Very
for sure.
good pick, Aurora.
And honestly, that came about because we were watching. Aurora and I were watching Easy a couple months ago. And we were like, that looks a lot like Erica.
But Jennifer Lawrence is my pick.
That would have been my pick too. Actually, my joke pick was Zendaya.
Dude, that's a compliment. I wish. She's so fucking hot.
Zendaya's, yeah. Here we frickin' go. This is Aurora. We're gonna speed through these. These are all ones. Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
From Fight Club, Sweeney Todd. Gonzo, because of his fashionable shirts from the Muppets. Sigourney Weaver. Alessia Rulin, circa High School Musical 2, and she's the quirky piano player.
Okay.
A lot of Auroras will just be fair-toned white women with curly hair.
Yeah.
Which that one's actually not bad. Molly Shannon from Superstar or SNL in general. Lord, but in a dream sequence, who you might know from music. Linda Cardellini. One person wrote Linda Cardellini. I really felt like more people would write Linda Cardellini. She's, of course, from Freaks and Geeks and live action Scooby-Doo. She's Velma.
I also love it's Cardinelli? Cardinelli?
No, it's Cardellini.
Cardellini?
Yeah. Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
Google it.
What?
You think it's Cardinelli?
No.
No, I'm not saying. I wasn't saying about the name. I was giving Erica the look of like, yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I was a little freaking upset. I don't know if it came across.
My search is gonna be so fucked up because I just Googled like 15 beautiful women in a row. Now I'm just gonna get fucking so much thirst traps on my TikTok.
Lena Dunham, which Aurora did not enjoy.
Yeah, no.
Keira Knightley, which Aurora would love because I always say Aurora's favorite movie is Atonement. I have ascribed to Aurora that Atonement is her favorite movie, which is I always fucking forget the guy's name. The Scottish guy who plays fucking Professor X. She loves that guy.
James McAvoy?
James McAvoy, and it's Keira Knightley, and it's a very good movie, and she watches it like multiple times every year, and she's like, that's not my favorite movie. I'm like, then why the fuck do you fucking watch it so much? She loves that movie, though.
I've not even heard of that movie.
It's so good. It's about World War II. There's like sexual assault stuff in it, too, but it's a very good movie. Where was I at? Julia Garner from the new Ozark. Jennifer Lawrence. One person wrote
If you dyed Julia Garner's hair,
yeah,
maybe.
Imagine
Gave
Gay
her glasses.
Poots.
You know what? Actually, I really like that one.
Was that Ruth from?
Yeah, it's
Ozarks?
Ruth.
Yeah.
Did you watch that show?
No.
Have you seen the one where it's like, if you think you're gonna have to fucking kill me? That one.
Maybe. It doesn't sound familiar.
That's all over TikTok.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it. It just doesn't sound familiar.
She's an excellent actress.
Imagine Gay Poots.
I don't know who that is.
Imogen Gay Poots.
Emotion.
Emotion, is that how you pronounce it? Emotion
I think it's
Gay Poots.
They say it in Miss Maisel. Imogene.
Imogene?
Imagine Gay Poots, folks, is one of the best names of all time. For the vibes, not the looks. She's in Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping. That Awkward Moment, which is actually a pretty good movie with Zac Efron. And 28 Weeks Later. It does not look like Aurora at all, but the vibes I could totally see. Chris Pratt.
I can see Chris Pratt.
Charlie Chaplin. This person thought that she would appreciate being made into a silent film character.
I think she would.
Anne Hathaway from Devil Wears Prada or Interstellar.
Okay.
Anne Hathaway, yes.
Aaliyah Shawkat from Arrested Development. She's the one that has all the freckles.
Yes. Aurora doesn't have freckles, does she?
No, she doesn't. But she would look good with freckles. See, now we're in the 2 zone, folks, for Aurora. Jenna Ortega, which you might know from Wednesday, Beetlejuice, don't see it at all. 2 people wrote in herself because no one can Aurora the way Aurora Auroras.
It's true.
2 people said Chapel Roan.
Okay.
2 people said Aubrey Plaza, which is probably more for looks than vibes versus yours was more vibes than looks. And now in the 3 zone, we got Alana Glazer. Which,
That's my pick.
from Broad City. She's the one who's says in the club, we all fam. I love Alana Glazer. I think that'd be a great one. On the 4 zone, we got Winona Ryder from, of course, Edward Scissorhands, Stranger Things, Beetlejuice. Jenny Slate is also a very good sleeper one. She plays Mona Lisa Slapperstein in Parks and Rec.
I fucking hate her.
I know you do, but she would. I love Jenny Slate. She's very, very funny. Although she did say the F word on SNL. What the hell?
Good for her.
Fuck. And then she got kicked off.
Really?
Yeah, she was on SNL for one season, and like the third episode she was in, she said the F word live, and then they fucking fired her.
That's pretty funny.
And 5 people wrote in Zoe Deschanel, circa 2012, of course, from New Girl, or 500 Days of Summer. 6 people wrote in Kat Dennings, who you might know from Two Broke Girls or The House Bunny.
Is it the big boobs?
And honestly, I mean, I think the vibes of Kat
Skin.
Dennings pretty close. Very fair skinned, and I mean, she doesn't have curly hair. But 7 people, folks, wrote in. That's right, 7 people wrote in. Drum roll, please. Kirsten Shaw. And I don't get it at all. Either on, I guess maybe vibes, because very chaotic vibes from Kirsten Shaw. She plays Louise on Bob's Burgers. I love Kirsten Shaw. She's very funny. She's a great actress.
I don't think she looks like Aurora.
I don't see it at all either, but 7 people wrote it. But Aurora did write Anne Hathaway, specifically Anne Hathaway from Love and Other Drugs, which is another film I will have to shout out. But if you look up Anne Hathaway, Love and Other Drugs, there's a picture of her wearing overalls painting. And it also is a movie that stars Jake Gyllenhaal. And it's a fucking great film. It's based on a true story.
Yes, I agree with Aurora's pick.
And now the last little bit, these are our guests / miscellaneous. We'll start with Olsen. 2 people wrote in Olsen. Someone said Michael Cera, which would be really funny.
Yeah.
And then someone else said Infant Dylan and Cole Sprouse. And you just swap them out, sort of like Big Daddy, but for younger.
Renesmee.
Someone said to play the carrot, you should get a real carrot, which you might know from the supermarket or your garden. Molly, we got Alex Brightman, who played Dewey Finn in the musical version of School of Rock, or the CGI wolf actors from Twilight in green suits, which if you don't know, when like Jacob, what was his name? Jacob, what was the actor who played Jacob?
Taylor Lautner.
Taylor Lautner was doing scenes when he was like a wolf. They would just have him stand there in a full body green suit, and they would have to act. And it's so fucking funny to see behind the scenes on that. So that would be Molly in a live action movie.
I think we could get Taylor Lautner to play Molly.
We had 8 people write in answers for Ratchleah X, aka Need Girl, aka Rachel. 1 person said Mia Goth, you might know from Pearl. 1 person says Kat Dennings, and in this version,
I thought
Kat Dennings would also play Aurora, but nobody would mention it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's what they wrote. Laura Prepon, who was Donna in that 70s show, which is a pretty good one if you look up like early 2000s Laura Prepon. Abby Jacobson from Broad City. That would be perfect to have Lana Glazer and Abby Jacobson come back together.
Yeah.
Chapel Roan would also be a very good one. At Jack My Style, JAC on TikTok, they said, I always think that's Rachel when she pops them up for your page. They don't look similar at all. They just both have pink hair sometimes. And 2 people said Angelina Jolie from Maleficent.
From Maleficent.
Yeah.
Huh.
For Rachel.
For Rachel, that's right. Now we had 16 people writing answers for Jake. 1 person said Vin Diesel, which that's the right answer.
Yeah, obviously that's the answer.
You might know him from The Pacifier. Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad. Paul Scholes from The Sopranos. These are all just bald people, folks. Pitbull from The World. I don't know.
Mr. Worldwide.
Christian Bale from Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay.
Who in that movie he plays a bald gray man. And then the one non-bald, 2 people wrote in Matthew McConaughey from Sahara, sorry. Mark Strong from the Kingsman film series, again, just bald guy. 2 people wrote in Johnny Sins, who's a porn star.
Oh, wow.
Who's the porn star, really. 2 people wrote in Stanley Tucci, who's a bald guy. He's from Devil Wears Prada, The Lovely Bones. And 3 people, folks, wrote in, who you might know from Hobbs and Shaw, Jason Statham.
It's got to be
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham would be really good. And that's, I told you it'd be a long one.
It was a long one.
That was so long.
That was a pretty long.
You got to cut something here.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no way that was interesting or good. Right?
It was a lot of just names.
That's what I mean. And I tried to go fast.
Yeah. I can try to cut names. I'll look at our reactions to see if we're even given a reaction to some of the names.
You could like increase the speed.
Slowly increase the speed.
Or just like when you're going through the oneers.
Yeah. The oneers, maybe we just cut out the oneers.
Okay.
And
I
maybe
think there's some good ones in there.
Maybe oneers that have reactions.
Cut the oneers On Patreon, we'll put up a list of just the oneers. Thoughts?
No.
I'll still leave in the oneers that have big pops.
Okay. That was all of them. Thank you, folks, for participating. I thought it was very fun. I just do better next time if we ever do that again. Can I say that, listeners?
No, you cannot.
Well, that's okay, because listeners did do good enough to send in a listener-submitted sound, which we always play before our listener-submitted story. So if you want to play a listener-submitted sound, go ahead and send that in to judgiespod@gmail.com and put listener-submitted sound. And Zyla was pissed because I believe they came into the Discord and said, I guess my Chaperone submissions didn't make the cut for the last time we did Chaperone submissions.
Damn.
Yikes.
And I'm sorry, Zyla, but they say, hi, guys, my name is Zyla, and this is my entry into the CRJCU, Chaperone X Judgies Cinematic Universe. And boy, folks, is this a good one.
Well, back on my couch, I've got a Josh and a Rick. Okay, maybe it's a Christian. And some bad puns. Don't worry, Rick Booze, and I heard you like soundboards. I've got a... And, so baby, let's get shitty, get pissy, let's make this so real stinky.
That was so fun.
Thank you, Zyla. And hey, you know what? They sent a second one, so let's just bang it out right now.
Bang it out. Okay.
Does that sound good? This is, they said they're procrastinating their actual musical homework, so here's another one. It's a nonsense outro. Erica, do you know what that means?
This pod's catchier than chicken.
Do you know what a nonsense outro is?
Yes.
Okay, so every time Sabrina Carpenter performs her song Nonsense, she does a custom outro based on where she's performing it at. And it's normally just a really bad rhyme. So here's the nonsense outro for the Judgies.
This pod's catchier than chicken poxes. How quickly can you tuck your shirt in pop quiz? Babe, please sleep with my mom, it's tradition. I was feeding my cat an egg for nutrition.
Hell yeah.
Let's get to this listener submission.
That is pretty good, actually.
That's pretty good.
So normally it's how quickly can you take your shirt off pop quiz. So tuck your shirt was a nice little nod to Tucky Chrissy, actually. Yep. Thank you, Zyla. Those were wonderful. I'm sorry I missed you last time. Genuinely don't know how that happened.
Fucked up.
Normally when we get in Chaperone ones, they immediately go to my folder. I genuinely do not know how I missed it. I'm very fucking sorry. Fucking forgive me, please.
Hey, uh-oh. That sucks.
And we don't know where the freaking thing cut off. So, what was I saying?
We're getting into a listener submitted story because Zyla was fantastic.
Zyla, I said, please freaking forgive me, Zyla.
Yes.
I'm freaking sorry.
Hey, and I'm freaking sorry.
I sharted at a Ross dress for less.
Genuinely? Oh, no, that's the listener submission?
That's the listener
okay.
submitted story. You think I'd shop at a dress for less?
There's not one within 150 miles of us.
In a random
Yes, there
direction.
is.
In a
A
random
Ross?
direction. I don't know what a Ross is.
It's like a Marshall's.
Hello, Judgies. I've submitted multiple stories to you, but none of you fucking respond to me.
Ooh. Should put
Well,
more
now we're
shit
not
in
going
the
to
title.
with that attitude.
I made that up.
Oh.
They just said I've submitted multiple stories to you with my government name, but this one has to be anonymous. Even my spouse doesn't know.
Oh, boy.
And they made a whole ass separate email, which is really fucking funny. I, 33 female, had the day off and decided to run errands while enjoying a little coffee treat. I ended up at a Ross Dress for Less to look for those airtight containers to hold baking supplies. They can be super expensive, but Ross usually has them for a steal. I start looking through the discount treasures when I feel the first rumble in the pit of my bowels. The coffee had done its job. I think, no biggie, this is my last errand and I can wait till I get home. I then find the jackpot of the exact containers I'm looking for. So I grab a bunch and keep browsing for anything else that needs to come home with me. Then, the second rumble.
A second rumble's hit the colon.
I think, okay, this one felt a lot more menacing. I need to head out. So I get in line. Anyone who has been to a Ross knows the line can take forever, and they never have enough people at the registers.
Yep.
I can't abandon these containers, though. They're so cheap and exactly what I needed. Standing in line, and I feel a third rumble. This one felt angry. Maybe I can release some tension by pushing out a small fart. So, with total disregard for the poor lady behind me, I let out some air. Thankfully, it was silent.
Thank
But-
God.
It wasn't dry. So I'm standing with only 2 customers ahead of me with now what I'm confident is a small amount of liquid magma in my underwear. But I'm not leaving without these fucking containers. I've gone too far. This is a... You can't turn around now. You can't shit yourself and not get the containers.
Mm-hmm.
So I wait for those 2 customers to finish and check out pretending nothing is amiss. If I smelled bad, the cashier had her best customer service face and didn't show it. I got my beloved containers and rushed to my car and then went home to decontaminate. But yes, dear Judgies, I shat myself at a Ross because I refused to pass on this deal.
Hey,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
That's a real Chicago word for me.
Shat?
No, Ross.
Ross.
I'm saying like Ross instead of Ross. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
He's
I
hitting
shat
a
myself at
hard
a
A.
Ross.
Ross.
Like RAHS instead of
Ross.
ROSS. Ross. Yeah.
Ross.
Shat
Ross.
myself at a Ross. Thank you, secret listener. I almost said
How
your
stinky do you
fucking
think it
name.
was?
I want to know how. I just don't think I could convince myself to get in my car and like squish that in between my cheeks, and then also like, what if it leaks out onto the seat?
I feel like at that point you gotta lie to yourself and say it's not that much poo poo. It was just a little butt snot. It's not an actual poo poo down there.
When you're double cheeked up like me, I feel like I could shit a lot and it wouldn't leave the crease.
I saw a TikTok the other day that like super skinny people, their buttholes not covered by their cheeks.
Okay, that makes
Skinny
sense.
people,
Yeah.
their buttholes not covered by their cheeks. That's
There's
fucked
just
up.
not any ass to cover the hole.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
It makes sense, but I feel like this is a design flaw.
Yeah.
You always say the butthole should be higher, right? It should be on your back.
I do think the butthole should be a little bit higher.
Okay. That's a deep callback. That's a deep Judgies lore callback. Like between the shoulder blades.
I mean, if it's gonna like match my butt crack, then yes.
Yeah. Well, yours is already up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Pant type really vary. It really depends here
Yeah.
on whether or not I'm getting in my car.
Yeah.
If I'm wearing like underwear and then like if for whatever reason I'm wearing underwear, shorts, sweatpants, I'm going home. But if I'm wearing like in this instance like leggings or like just really tight pants, anything less than thick jeans, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm gonna say I'm gonna buy these, put them here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, figure this out, and then come back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is a real problem, and listener, way to see it through. If you shit yourself in line and you have to go, oh, pardon me, and you scoot out of line, everybody in that line knows you shit yourself.
Yes.
That's fair.
Especially if you come back with a new pair of pants.
Yeah.
Tags on it. I'm buying these two. I'll wear
I'm
them
gonna
out.
wear them out, yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you wore something out?
No,
This
never.
bit?
Absolutely
What bit is that? Having discourse?
Me throwing you miscourse, actually.
Wow. It's pretty rude.
Yeah.
Is
Last-
there a Mr. course?
Matt, last story
Okay.
from our there's a bit I want to start doing. I want to bring back miss and
inside
dis.
dis,
It's
yeah.
very funny. There's a bit I want to start doing, but I don't want to say it because then you'll know it.
Are you going to tell us?
I'll tell you right now. I just want to refer to any artist as a one-hit wonder.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Because people get really pissed. I said Billy Currington was a one-hit wonder, and people got fucking pissed. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know Billy
Hey,
fucking Currington.
I don't know his first hit. I didn't even know he was a wonder. I'll start right there.
Didn't even know he's a wonder.
I said Billy Currington was a one-hit wonder, and he's the one who wrote "I'm pretty good at drinking beer" when I did the thing. But we were listening for whatever reason. I was listening to country. I think it was with Luis. We were listening to country music, and he also wrote "People Are Crazy." God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy. All right, so he's a
Hey, it's got me wondering.
he's a two-hit wonder.
Did I tell you about my MRI?
No,
I did have an MRI for my shoulder.
for
to
your long head.
Yeah, to confirm that my long head was snapped.
Yeah, too
Well,
short.
it's not snapped, it's torn. Anyway,
Natalie and Briglia.
uh-huh. Anyway, they gave me the option of listening to music. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I'm trying to think of like what songs or like what band I could listen to that's I'm okay with listening to all of their stuff. So I just picked Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
So they just put on Led Zeppelin radio on Spotify or like just played their albums, whatever. Fine. There was fucking ads. They didn't even have premium. So I got to listen. It took 25 minutes to get this MRI
Yeah.
where I can't move, which I also probably shouldn't have picked Led Zeppelin because I was like, dun, 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 dun.
Or like immigrant song.
Yeah. And then they played, I can't even remember the other two ones that I don't care for as much, but like I only listened to 3 Led Zeppelin songs and the rest of the 25 minutes, was ads.
To be fair, I feel like Led Zeppelin songs probably err on the longer side of songs.
Fair enough.
6-minute songs.
But you would expect to listen to more than
But
3
I
songs.
feel like I shouldn't have spent half of my time listening to ads.
You should have gave him your phone.
Literally. I have to have a repeat one at the end of December. And
Now you know.
I'm going to be like, can you plug my phone in and I'll just put on my playlist?
How long is an MRI?
It took 25 minutes.
I could sit there in the brown noise of an MRI
You're going to
machine.
raw dog an MRI.
You have to wear ear protection because it's too loud.
That's what it sounds like.
I know. I just had one.
Last story here, folks. Am I wrong for reporting my masseuse after she
You're
accused
listening.
me of being a vampire? This was sent to us by someone, Ashley, you can say my name, stumbled upon this one while doom scrolling Reddit, and hopefully you'll find this one as silly goofy as I did. This is from May. They sent this in. So thank you, Ashley. This is a very funny story. I, 31 female, got a massage a couple weeks ago from a masseuse, 30s female. I hadn't seen before, who was new to my spa. Rich, holy fuck, you have a spa? Rich, what the fuck? The consultation was normal, as were the first few minutes of the massage. Should I say it like Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Massage. Suddenly, Joy's hands began reacting to my skin as if she touched a very hot stovetop.
I do run hot.
She stopped long enough for me to ask if everything was okay. She said she felt lightheaded. I asked how I could help and if she needed to stop, but she assured me that she was fine and she kept going. A few minutes later, she started reacting like I was burning her again. I asked if she was okay again. I asked if she was okay again, and she responded, "It's like you're sucking all the energy out of me. Are you a vampire? There are different kinds of vampires, like energy vampires."
Does it say that?
Yeah. I awkwardly laughed. Another few minutes later, she had the same reaction to my skin and said, "You can tell me if you're an energy vampire. Nothing else makes sense."
Nothing else makes sense.
I laughed again and admitted, "Well, I am allergic to garlic," which is true.
Uh-oh.
This was the wrong thing to say. She pulled back her hand so quickly and sounded afraid. Here are some things she said between hissing and pain from my skin.
You can't say it's okay to tell me if you're a vampire and then immediately be like, "Oh, you're a vampire?"
It's like when you're doing an illegal activity and you say, "You have to tell me if you're a cop."
Yeah.
If you tell me you're a cop, I'm going to stop doing my illegal activity.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Wait, that.
it's against what you're saying. is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just trying to lure the vampire into a safe space,
Uh-huh.
and then you can stake them.
Yeah, sure. I see my
Actually,
mistakes now.
cops were invented to kill vampires. That's why they call it a stakeout.
Holy shit.
They weren't slave catchers. And do not look into the history of police forces in America. They definitely weren't to uphold chattel slavery. We're trying to be the Joe Rogan of the left, folks. ACAP. Here's some things she said to me between hissing and pain from my skin. "Oh, you're too powerful. The last time I felt energy like this was
that's
when my
kinda
ex
hot.
kissed me. You're a warrior. I can tell you have warrior energy. I could tell the second you walked in you were ready for battle.
This is crazy.
For context, I'm a librarian with resting. How can I help you face? I just had a vision that you challenged me. That's what you're here for today, right? You're like Jean Grey with all that phoenix fire in you."
This is crazy.
Parentheses. Logically, I would be rogue in this situation, but that's not important. To the last point, I responded, "Well, my middle name is Jean." This was also the wrong thing to say.
Why are you even encouraging it at this point?
You're trying to get yourself killed here. She's gonna try to exercise this vampire.
I do vamp a lot to the ire of my friends.
That was really good, actually.
I was face up at this point and saw the fear in her eyes. She said, "I'm not your masseuse. I love you." And she left.
What?
I checked out and paid full price plus tip.
No, you did not.
It's the most millennial thing ever. Just be like, "That sucked. I want to make sure that they're compensated."
That's crazy. What? Wait.
By the end of the massage, I was convinced she didn't want to touch my body and came
There
up with...
was no massage here.
And so she just came up with fantastical excuses. I've told this story to friends with the tone, "Listen to this wild thing that happened to me." And they all encouraged me to report my masseuse.
Yes.
I thought about calling the manager for days before calling. It all came down to how insecure I felt afterwards. I don't think you should be made to feel insecure about your body in a situation as vulnerable as a massage.
Correct.
Well, you shouldn't, but if you have a vampire body,
Damn,
come
girl,
on.
you got
Show it
that
off.
vampire body. The manager was not surprised and said that the masseuse had told him that she refused to see me again because of my energy. He didn't know she had said all of that to me, plus everything about vampires, visions, etc. He called me 3 separate times to apologize. He also asked me to send him this story in writing and refunded me. I still feel guilty about calling the manager, but at the same time, I don't think anyone getting a massage should feel like their body is wrong or physically harming their masseuse.
Yes.
So am I wrong for reporting her?
No, I would have gone straight. I would have been like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? And I would have got up, I wouldn't even put my clothes on. I would have wrapped myself in those towels and walked out and been like, who are you hiring here? Because what is this? What is wrong with her?
I wouldn't be able to do that. I also wouldn't have the improv skills. If she claimed I'm a vampire, I either hit him with a or I pretend I didn't hear it.
I think if I was accused of being a vampire, I'd be like, "What are you talking about? I do not understand," and then fly away as a bat. I physically manifest as a bat. I scream the word bat, a la Laszlo and What We Do in the Shadows, and I get out of there. And if that doesn't work, I guess I get the rest of the massage.
But they didn't give you the rest of the massage. Is the point I'm making here?
I would get a new masseuse then. I don't know.
I mean, she did declare that she's not her masseuse, so she just had to wait a few more minutes, and the correct masseuse would have walked in.
So you know how I said what I was gonna do?
Yeah,
I lied.
That's ideal me. That would be like if that happened to you and I was there and you told me, that's what I would say to them for you. I would not do that for me.
You would get the rest of the massage no matter how bad it is.
I think
I would.
I would be like, please stop. And then I would get dressed and I would go and be like, this was uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening. I think she needs help.
Well, what if the person was really old? Like they're in their twilight years.
I would still say, I think she needs help.
Okay. And that was a vampire joke.
Yes, I understood.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I just didn't think it was funny.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page that
Yeah.
I don't think you should expect worse treatment from old people.
Yeah.
I don't expect worse treatment from old people.
That's what I'm saying.
Just,
I don't think you should put up with it either. I think you should really put them in their place.
especially the old people.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
What are they going to do? Fight back? They're brittle.
You put in your reps. You should be better at it by this point.
I call my grandma Peanut. She's brittle.
Boo.
And everybody thinks they like her, and then you try it a little bit, and you're like, never mind.
In high school, I took a cooking class where we made peanut brittle, and I somehow gave myself like a half-inch sliver of peanut brittle.
You made the thinnest or thickest? Half inch? Are you trying to say it's really thin or really thick?
Well, it was long.
Because you said half-inch sliver.
Yeah, so the sliver was like a half-inch long.
But how thick are we talking? Was it like
Sliver
8
size?
inches thick?
No, I don't know how. I don't think that can work as a sliver anymore.
That's why I'm confused.
It was the size of a sliver, but it was a very long sliver, and it was
like a splinter.
Yeah.
Oh, like a wood splinter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was peanut brittle. It was fucked up.
Yeah.
And I also tried to like pull it out and it broke. So then I literally just sucked on my thumb until it dissolved. It was fucked up and weird.
I understand now what you did. You got a peanut brittle splinter in your thumb.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It was insane. It was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this doesn't feel like this should be possible with food.
I knew what he was saying immediately.
Yeah.
And I just loved watching you struggle there.
I just thought you were saying sliver as a measurement. That's
why I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I just don't refer to those as slivers. I understand.
You're a splinter guy. I'm a sliver guy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sliver is much more fun to say than splinter.
Which one was I saying?
Sliver.
Thank God.
When I think of sliver, I think of a snake.
Oh, okay.
And snakes don't splinter.
They don't.
Okay.
They're rats. Rats splinter.
Rats do splinter.
Is that a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles joke?
Yeah, Master Splinter, yeah.
I thought he was the bad guy.
No, that's Shredder.
Fuck.
They really shouldn't have named him so close, phonetically.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, no, it's because they have history but with each other. So like it makes sense that their names are almost the same. You know how it's like you and me have history together, that's why your name is Josh and my name is I go by Christian, but it's actually not Christian. It's actually Josh with a G.
Josh with a G.
It's a Geosh.
Like Jeff.
Yeah.
But Josh.
Yeah.
Boy, that sucks, huh?
Yeah.
You could have went with Josh Jesus route, like Yeshua Christian.
Yeah,
there was a through line between Yeshua and Christian.
Yeah, there was. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
How about we don't fucking punch up my shit?
And Erica's middle name is actually Erica. Her first name is Mary.
No.
Okay.
My middle name is Rose. Did you know that?
And
like
now-
Jesus rose from the grave.
Ew.
I did know that. I couldn't have told you though. It's one of those things that I knew, but I couldn't have told you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, what's his middle name?
Wow.
Michael.
That's my first name's
See.
Michael. I go by Josh. Josh is my middle name.
He got bullied too hard for being a Michael in the early 2000s. So he's like, I know. I'll go by Josh. And now the late, I guess we're past 2000s. Well, still in 2000s. Now we're in the 2020s. And people really fucking hate Josh.
You know what's a bad name?
That-
Alex Highsmith.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that
Is that a football player?
a cousin
for sure.
or something?
Yeah, football player.
For sure.
There's a freaking Highsmith in the NFL, and he plays for the Steelers, so I'm already like, fuck that.
Yeah.
If he played on like 30 out of the 32 teams, I would probably buy a Highsmith jersey
Okay.
just because it's cool.
You're really hoping he's getting traded soon?
He's not. Well, he might. I don't know. I guess they can't pay him and TJ Watt. But it's like I don't like the Steelers at all.
Yeah.
Is he any good?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's definitely pretty good. But it's like then before that,
What if he gets traded to the Colts? That'd be crazy.
then the Colts wouldn't have Chris Ballard as a GM. Am I right, Colts fans?
Colts fans are going to love that one.
Yeah. Realistically, it wouldn't be a trade. It would probably be a free agent signing. But either way, it wouldn't be Chris Ballard. It would be cool. It would definitely be cool if there's
Somebody
a Highsmith on the
good,
Colts.
somebody with talent went to the Colts.
No, if there's a Highsmith on the Colts.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I meant too.
But then it would kind of look like I just ordered a custom jersey, which is arguably the lamest thing
Yeah.
any sports fan can do.
Well,
I already
I'm
get
gonna
pissed. Hey,
delete
Blake.
that out of my cart really quick.
Blake, cover your ears. I'm a big sports fan. I fucking hate when people refer to like the team that they like and they say we or us.
Okay,
Like, oh boy, we played a real good game last night. It's like, no, the fuck you didn't. That's like the one thing that really fucking bothers me.
yeah,
Like, they're like, wow, like you guys are like, they'll say like, in reference to the Colts, people will say like, wow, you guys look really bad last week. And I'm like, I'm not associated with the team. The Colts looked bad.
yeah.
I'm upset about it. I hate the we and us. I hate
What
it
if
so
you're
much.
a coach? Like, what if my volleyball players, and I'm talking about my volleyball
Oh,
players,
no,
were
you're
like,
part of the team.
That's a we.
did this.
Yeah, if and you're French, that's different.
Oh, we?
Yeah. I just hate like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. No, the fuck you aren't. You were sitting on the couch. You are cheering for the Rams on the couch.
At most, you're going to the chip.
Who's your picks for this year?
The Super Bowl? I mean, we're only in week 11 here now. I mean, you got to pick the Chiefs because they're the fucking Chiefs in the AFC. I wouldn't mind if the Ravens made it to the Super Bowl. I think that'd be pretty fun. I think Lamar Jackson gets way too much hate. I think he's a very good player. That's not because I have him on my dynasty team. I just genuinely think Lamar Jackson is very underrated. Even though he's won fucking 2 MVP awards, he's on track to win his 3rd. And in the NFC, who's hot right now? The Lions would be really fun just because they've never been to the Super Bowl, much less won it. The Lions would be really fun and they're really good and they're semi-local and I know a lot of Lions fans. That'd be fun for the
Okay.
NFC.
Lion.
Who are your picks?
The Saints.
They are
The
very
Saints
bad.
and the Dolphins.
2 very bad teams this year, unfortunately for you. Pick any other 2 teams. You have a very good chance of not picking
The
teams.
Browns.
One of the only other ones you can't say.
And the Cowboys.
Very bad this year. Very bad. You picked like 4 teams that all have 2 wins. 2 or 3 wins, I'm pretty
You
sure.
picked out of 32 teams. You picked the bottom 4.
Genuinely, just don't say the Giants or the Jets, and I think you're good now.
Okay.
Fuck. If he asked me, I was going to say the Giants and the Jets.
That would be really cool to have a crosstown Super Bowl matchup.
The Jaguars.
No.
Right. The Panthers.
The Titans.
This is crazy. Name one good team. These are all you literally naming like all of the teams that have 2 or 3
Cardinals.
wins.
Oh yeah, the Cardinals.
I think they're in the middle. They could still, they're still there.
Titans?
Oh,
Very bad. They're
the
NFCs. You have to name an AFC team now.
Is there a single
Patriots?
fucking good team?
Very bad. Very bad
How are
team.
all these teams bad? I feel like we've named 16 bad teams.
The Washington team.
They're good, but they're in the NFC, so you can't have the Cardinals and the Commanders.
They're
Unless
the
you're talking about the
Commanders now. I
Seahawks.
thought they were the Washington.
The Washington football team.
Yeah.
I just learned that the Washington football team, now called the Commanders, is from Washington, D.C. and not Washington State.
Yeah, I thought they went from Redskins to Washington football team,
They did.
and now they're the Commanders.
Correct.
Yeah.
I thought they were Washington State.
Nope, never. Always in DC.
So why were they the Redskins? That doesn't make any sense to me.
That didn't make sense regardless of where they're from.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Wait, who's in Washington State then?
The Seattle Seahawks.
Are they any good?
They used to be.
They're middling for sure.
How about the Chargers?
They're pretty good. They're okay. They're again middling.
Which one's in Vegas?
The Raiders?
Yeah.
Dog shit team. Terrible team.
Okay. How about
I think you're good. I think you're good with Chargers, and you want to go with Chargers Cardinals. Is that what you want to go
what
with?
was my first pick?
You said Cardinals. That was the first one you got that wasn't dog shit,
Oh,
and they're not good.
I like an underdog story, so
And the Chargers are your AFC pick, or you could go with the Commanders. The Commanders Chargers.
are they any good?
The Commanders.
Yeah.
They're probably the best team you've named so far.
Sure, we'll pick them then.
They did just lose on Thursday night
To
against
who?
the Eagles.
Fucking hate the Eagles, man.
A lot of people do. Name one Eagles player of all
Ever?
time. Yeah, of all time.
Jalen.
Oh, I know this. Jason Kelsey.
Nice. He does not play for the team, but of course,
He retired from the team.
that's right. Last season.
I know stuff about sports.
That's right. Because your mom listens to his podcast.
She does.
Yeah.
Not this one, though.
New Heights.
Fucked up.
Christian, name a current Eagles player.
Jalen Hurts.
Hey, he's got it, folks. Thanks for listening.
Give me another one. Give me another one.
Another what?
I don't know.
Name a football player.
Sure.
Name a football player from the Cincinnati Bengals.
I didn't even know that was a team.
Name a player from
End
the
this
Bears.
shit.
Where
End this shit.
Hey, name somewhere that can follow us.
Ooh, good transition there, babe. You can follow us anywhere on the internet that you're there. We're probably there too, and we're at Judgies Pod. That's JUDGIES Pod. What?
We are not doing Twitter anymore, so follow us on Blue Sky. If there's gonna be anything via the Judgies, it's gonna be
Genuinely, you're done with Twitter?
Yeah, they're scraping shit for grok training. I'm not doing that. That's fucked up. That
We're
you
not
can't
training.
opt out of training their fucking stupid ass AI.
We fucking hate Elon.
Well, yes, I knew that to begin with. I thought.
Also, I'm trying to look at 1 million fucking tweets a day. So if you're gonna charge me $15,000, you can eat my ass over at.
I also stopped using Twitter the first time we were like, we're not using Twitter anymore. So.
Well, the thing is with Twitter is I follow a lot of journalists and reporters who have not left Twitter yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still be using
right.
it to see
Love
their
you.
updates. But if you want to see posts, it's going to be on Blue Sky. We'll put it in the description.
That is also kind of dog shit.
Blue Sky, yeah, it is. It's dog shit. I'm addicted to Twitter. I got banned off Twitter, and I was going to stick to my orals and not delete the fucking tweet. And I lasted 2 hours, and I had deleted the tweet so I could look at Twitter again.
the Judgies love you.